yesterday, Betty White's 100th birthday. How did you celebrate her?
Well, I was going to have a vodka on the rocks with a twist of lemon and a hot dog, but I had to go to bed at 6 o'clock because I had to be up at 3. So I'll have that vodka tonight.
Tonight, we double down with the lemon twist.
Yeah, I have to have a lemon twist. Yeah.
I love that you talk about earning gratitude from Betty. Is there a specific moment or time that you can elaborate on that you really talked about this lesson?
Well, I asked her at one point, I said, how do you do it, Betty? You're always in a good mood. And she said, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to have my health. I'm grateful for every second of my life. And she lived that. She was the embodiment of gratitude. And I learned a lot, just not only just about timing and how you work and work ethic, but just the way she lived her life through kindness and gratitude.
Was there a specific moment in your life where you thought, okay, Betty would do this, or this would is something where you sort of embodied her spirit there?
Yeah, just little things like getting, if someone cuts you off on the freeway or in the grocery store, if someone, cuts you off, it's just, Betty would just like go up, whatever. It's, they must be having a day. So I'm just going to let that happen. Like things just didn't bug her. She just let a lot of stuff go. And I'm finding the older I get, the easier that is to do too. It just lets some stuff go. Some things just aren't important. It's almost like, do you want to be right or do you want peace? I want peace. I don't care about being right. I usually am right, but I don't care about people knowing that. I can know it in my brain. I just want peace.
Has been talking about Betty finally reunited with her soulmate, Alan. What do you think they're doing up in heaven, Valerie?
Oh, she's probably doing her needlepoint and Alan is, making her a drink and they've got all their animals around them. I'm just, as much as I miss Betty, I think it's always harder for us when we're left behind, but I have no doubt in my mind that she is so full of joy right now being with the people and the animals that she loves. I no doubt in my mind she's with Alan.
Well, in your book, there's a couple of chapters that I really, really loved. And the one talking about you at Eddie's bedside at the end with your son, Wolfie, getting to say your final I love yous. What was that moment like for you, Valerie? When I think about your trajectory and your love story, I mean, y'all were babies when you met.
We were babies. I didn't know that would be the last time I would speak to him because he, that night, Wolfie and I were the last people to see him awake. That night, that before we left, we said, we'll see you tomorrow. And I love you too, just, as we always would. And it was the next day that we found out that he had that massive stroke and he was gone within a day or two. So you never know when that last moment is going to be. So don't have any regrets. If I can give this wisdom to anybody, treat everyone in your life like it's the last time you're ever going to see them. You'll never have regret about that because you're going to be kind to them. You'll automatically want to be kinder. And there's nothing wrong with being kinder. That is a great way to lead your life.
What will you say when you see Eddie again?
Oh, wow. Hi. I'm glad you waited for me.
Talk about soulmates, and you talk about sort of wishing you had more patience, and with all of the emotions, I think of all of the years that I've been lucky enough to interview you and to talk about y'all's story. With all of that, there's so much passion and love behind all of it, each of the emotions, the good and the bad. So do you think about him at weird moments? When does he come to you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't want to sugarcoat it. Ed and I weren't always kind to one another.
Yeah.
We went through some rough patches, but we always loved each other. I never hated him. I always loved him. I was angry with him. He was angry with me for a while. But we always knew we loved each other. But God, I got lost in that. What was the question?
But that's real love, Valerie, what you just said to me? Maybe it's because I've been married for so many years. That's real love. How you just described it.
I hope so. I mean, it's the way I feel about my son as well. And I do believe that we come here and that we have more than one soulmate. I feel my soul is connected to Ed without a doubt, but I also feel like it's connected to Wolfie. And there's a few other people in my life that I'm just so comfortable with. This isn't the first time we've been together. I do believe in reincarnation. Um, so I I think we're here to learn and to be as kind and as loving as we possibly can be.
Let's talk about Wolfie, nominated for a Grammy.
I
I freaked out. I immediately was so heavy. Then I thought, what would Eddie say about this?
Oh, please. The first person I wanted to call after talking to Wolfie was I wanted to call Ed. I was just like, ah, I literally reached for the phone and I was just, God dang it. So I just like, you know what? This is so cool. Look what's happening. And he's around. I feel him around every so often. Certain things will happen. I was like, oh, hi, Ed. How you doing? But I mean, there's something that can be full of regret, but instead of being sad that I can't speak to him and we can't enjoy this moment together, I can still be happy for Wolfie. I can still be proud of Wolfie and know in my heart, in the deepest part of my heart, that Ed feels the same way. We can't share it together, but sometimes you can't.
What would Eddie say about this, about Wolfie getting this
That's
nomination?
my boy. I told you. I told you. I'm glad other people hear it. He would be so proud. He would be like, I told you, he's the best. He's the best.
The video, Valerie, what
Yeah.
does that feel like for you? It's so beautiful. And all those shots of you guys as a family. And by the way, always a family. The way this world is where we live, doesn't matter, divorce up and down, you're always a family. It's beautiful.
I think it's super, super. We have to love our children more than we hate our ex or more than we're angry at our ex. And I think if anybody can do that, and you can only do it for yourself. You can't, luckily, Ed and I both felt that way. But if you have an ex that is treating you so horribly, you still have to love your child more than try to get back at the ex. Your child's life and your child's psyche is so much more important. And I think Ed and I really felt that we needed to be there for Wolfie. For
Yeah.
Wolfie, Wolfie came first.
It's so great to watch him grow and thrive. And I don't know, I feel like I've been part of the journey just covering y'all for so
Right?
many years. Your book, Enough Already. Maybe it's me in my 50s, but I love the title of this because it's sort of, I think, how a lot of my friends now are feeling. Enough already with everything, right? You got to find the light. You got to lean in. I love your chapters on body image. When did the struggle start for you?
At a very young age. I think it started by watching the way my father treated my mother differently when she would gain weight. It started when an elementary school teacher poked at my belly and said, you're going to want to keep an eye on that. I didn't even know. I wasn't aware of my body before that happened. I was just a kid. So I think I learned at a very young age that to gain weight makes you unlovable. And that's a lie. It's a huge, horrible lie that most women have been told, and it's wrong. And I'm not going to live that lie anymore because I am lovable. We are all lovable in and of ourselves. It doesn't matter what we look like. Yes, we want to take care of ourselves, but that doesn't mean that we're not lovable. We're always lovable.
The video you posted last month that just went viral and resonated with so many people, especially women. Why was that so important to share? What was going on in your life then?
Because there isn't anything about perfection about being on this path, and that sometimes that spiral into self-loathing can happen, but how do you get yourself out of it? And I was hoping to really show that way of working my way out of the self-loathing and then sitting in gratitude at the very end of it. So you can't show the good parts without showing the bad parts that got you there, or bad lack of a better word. So I wanted to show that vulnerability and how I worked my way out of it, that normally I would go and eat something because I feel so terrible. I want to crush that feeling down. Feel it. There's nothing that feeling can do to hurt you. It can only express itself and get out. The more you suppress it, it can hurt you. So get all of those feelings out. I was hoping to show show people how to do that on their own as well.
I love it. You talk about yours more of like a dimmer switch, which I thought was
Hmm.
so interesting. So have you
Yeah.
learned how to control the switch?
Right, because a lot of people have these light bulbs that go off and the light turns on, and I don't have that. Mine is just like, oh, I get it now. It's taken me 61 years to go, wait a minute, that's a lie. I am lovable. It doesn't matter what I weigh. So it takes me that long to say, how dare you do that? No, but once I do, now I'm like, that stupid teacher, how the hell? What the hell was his? Why were you telling an 11-year-old that she needs to look at her belly and be careful?
And
That's
that was a male
wrong.
teacher or a female
Yes,
teacher?
male teacher, wrong.
Raising three
Shame on
kids,
him.
it's so interesting at all the factors that weigh into their mental health that goes into
Hmm.
all of this.
We
So those
must be
chapters
careful
of
the way
love.
we speak to our children.
Yes.
Must be careful.
Yes. Where are you right now in your life? If you describe one word to describe where you are, Valerie.
Grateful.
I like that. I was going to say
Grateful.
peaceful. Yeah, I
Because
see
I
it.
was going to say peaceful, but there's times where the peace gets disrupted, but I'm still grateful for all of it because I'm learning through every step of it.
God, thanks for taking us on the journey. Are we open for new love, or is the new
No,
love
no,
just you?
I will never get married again. I can tell you that. There will be two things that I never do for the rest of my life. I will never care about what I weigh anymore, and I never will be on a restrictive diet, and I'm never going to get married. I can guarantee you that.
Well, first of all, I like that, but that doesn't mean open for love. Marriage and love are two
Oh
different
God,
things.
no, I don't want, no, I don't want the hassle. I'm really happy alone right now
I
with
like
my
that.
6 cats and a dog.
You know what they say though? That's love of thyself, right? Which is the best kind of
Hopefully
all.
that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for.